This lady, a member of Redeemed Christian Church of God, I don't know if she's still a member, she came online and she started sharing experience how her family dedicated themselves in serving the Lord in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. She showed proof, evidence, showing that her parents were actually a member of Redeemed Christian Church of God. She said her parents were paying tithes, they were sowing seed, they were doing everything, like paying their money diligently. Her mother was a teacher, her father was in the military. Every month they, give so much to the church, to the point that her mother was actually part of the team that were cleaning the church, the particular parish they were attending, that her mother will bring out the church curtain and wash 2 times every month, right? She talked about a particular incident where her sister that was in the choir, she was singing and she started coughing and she was coughing out blood, and the church have to call her mother to come to the church and carry her daughter. She said the church have a clinic. They did not take her sister to the clinic. She said her mother fell sick and they spent so much money to treat her, to the point that they didn't have money again. They reached out to the church for assistance, and the church did not assist them. The church did not assist them. In fact, the church were not even paying them a visit, like paying her mother a visit to know how a woman that served in the church did everything, paid tithes, sow seed, so much for the church, to know how, check on her, and know how she was doing. And finally, her mom died. And up till now, the church have not even contacted the father, like visit the father to know how he's mourning his late wife. A lot of things. She says so much. In fact, she was very emotional. She was crying on that video. But I saw comments. I went under the comment section to read what Nigerians have to say about her experience. And this person said, if your sister sang and coughed out blood, did you expect the church to treat her? Entitlement is going to be the downfall of many. If church treat her, fine. If they do not, it's also fine. You all need to know that whatever service you do in church is not for man, but for God. And if you do things with hopes that you will get assistance one day, the disappointment will be loud. This other person says, sorry for your loss, but I'm still a Redeemite. Like, I'm sorry, but whatever experience you have will not stop me from being a Redeemite. And this guy said, your mommy's reward is in heaven. I want us to talk realistically. Keep your emotion aside now. Let's discuss. You see, this first comment is actually true. So many people that attend church, Christians, whatever money they give to the church, whatever service they render to the church, they do it for God, believing that there's believing that there's a being out there. They are doing it as an insurance, that if anything should happen to them, this being will come to their rescue. So many of you are doing it, hoping that the fact that you are doing all these things, you are rendering these services to God, that God will not allow anything bad, evil to happen to his servant. So what happened? So many people neglect their own needs. They neglect their own businesses. They neglect, investing in themselves. And they go ahead investing in others, promoting another person's business, investing so much time and money into another person's business, thinking they're doing it for God. And when things like this happen, you don't see the same people coming and blaming this God. Everything you did it for God. So when something wrong happened to you, why is it that you people don't come out and start blaming God? You start blaming a man. You start blaming the pastor. When you were giving money, you didn't tell yourself that I'm giving this money to a pastor. Even when your pastor go ahead and buy luxury, because what they do among themselves is competition of luxury. Who will have the biggest house, the most beautiful, magnificent house? Who will have private jet? Who will have this luxury or the other? Even when they buy it, if people like us come to criticize, you tell us, shut up. What do you mean? Celebrities are buying their own, so why won't a pastor have it? But when something bad happens, you now come and start blaming the church. I tell myself and I tell people, I don't blame a scammer. I blame myself for being scammed. Myself first. We have to start apportioning blames to ourselves. That is why some people, when they come out from church, they get mad, they get infuriated. Some people will be like, so someone like me, allow myself to be like scammed, to be duped for all these years. What was I thinking? So it means that I'm not that smart. People need to start investing in themselves. There are different types of people that goes to church. They go to church with ulterior motive. You will see them, they will be cleaning the church, they are paying tithe, they are doing offering with an ulterior motive. Some of them, they have, a business to promote, because that church is people that have a very large congregation. So by doing all these things, they can actually get the congregation to come and patronize their business. This is one set of people. There's other set of people that, they're coming to church, they're doing all these things because they want to, maybe become a pastor giving their own parish and they start making their own money. Now, people with business idea or ulterior motive, when they go to church, go to a particular parish, dedicate themselves, render some services, they don't do it for too long. If they don't get what they're looking for, you will see them, they'll be doing this thing. If they do it for a couple of months or years, in fact, some people are not even patient enough to do it for years. If they don't get that thing they're looking for, they will leave. It's only people that, let me use the word mugu, who actually believe that there's a being out there, that whatever they're doing is an insurance, and this being will not allow anything wrong to happen to them. You see them for years, they'll be in the church and they're doing the same thing, they're rendering the same service. And these people are the most neglected. The church don't take them seriously. Anybody that, invests more in the church than his own personal life and his own personal business, knowing that a time will come that he will fall sick. We are all human. We're exposed to a lot of toxins. We're exposed to a lot of, poisons. We may fall sick, knowing that I have children to raise. Now, after school, if I send the children to school, what next? Asking themselves questions. People that neglect themselves to dedicate their life to church. People that forget about themselves, that don't invest more in themselves, but in church, are most neglected. You will hear them saying this kind of thing. You will hear them telling these stories. Let's blame ourselves first. Blame yourself first. And as you are going to the church, promote your brand, promote your business, promote yourself before you even think of promoting another person. Before you think of promoting another person's business, how far is your business? How well are you doing? Before you come online and say, shut up. What do you mean? You are jealous. My pastor is this. How much do you have? The luxury your pastor is enjoying, are you enjoying it as well? The things that your pastors boast of, can you boast of those things for yourself? That is the question we need to be asking ourselves. So you see that first comment, that guy is very right. Because when you guys go to church, the things you do, the service you render, the money you pay, you actually pay them to God. Because if you people are thinking, if you have this mind that you're paying it to somebody, and, if something wrong should happen to me, this person will come to my rescue, you will have some level of insurance. You will go to extra mile to make sure that if something happened to you, that these people will reciprocate the same gesture you have given to them.